Okay, I'm Jane Rice and I am originally from Birmingham in the UK, and I've been living here in Auckland, New Zealand for the last 7.5 years. Back in Birmingham I was a recruitment consultant and loved travelling, and I eventually always wanted to live overseas. After spending a year travelling in Australia and Southeast Asia, I got back to the UK and found it had really changed, just even in the space of a year, so I decided that I'd make the move overseas permanently. When I decided to emigrate, it was just after September the 11th. I was working in Birmingham CBD, and at the time there were a lot of bomb scares going on, and I felt very caged in when they stopped all the public transport. You couldn't actually get out of the city. And I'd just come back from a year living and travelling overseas, and I've just found there was just something else to life, so that's when I decided that I'd make the move permanently. The reason I actually picked New Zealand is because whilst I was travelling overseas, so many people that I'd met had actually been to New Zealand. They absolutely raved about how wonderful it was, so I thought, well, I'll get a working holiday visa and give it a go and see how I get on. What I love about New Zealand is Sunday afternoons we'll jump in the car, spend 40 minutes in the car, and we can get to a beach where we quite honestly are the only people on the beach. Something else I actually love is on weekends, bank holiday weekends, we'll rent a holiday home, whether it be a batch by the beach or somewhere by the lake, and just get out of the city for the weekend. The only thing we used to do when we lived in the UK on bank holidays was just spend another day in the pub. One thing that I really love about living here in New Zealand is how passionate Kiwis are about their environment and actually protecting it for their children and for future generations. It's just fabulous. Living here in New Zealand, whilst there is crime that goes on here, it's really nothing as bad or horrific as what I read about in other parts of the world. I really genuinely feel safe, and my family are safe here too. My top favourite things are the morning when Charlie's woken up from his morning nap. I jump in the car and we drive out to the beach 15 minutes away, and we have morning tea on the beach and take him for a paddle. I love the fact that it's so safe here in New Zealand, and I feel that we've got really good security here for our family. And finally, the variety of places we can visit, whether it be just here out of Auckland or we can go on family holidays down to the South Island. It's just absolutely amazing. What I'd say to somebody looking to move to New Zealand is think about what you're actually wanting to achieve by moving here. Location is incredibly important, and you need to match the location according to what you're wanting to achieve. And also research, you can never do too much of it. So finally, what I really love about living here in New Zealand, and I've lived here as both a single person and as both a wife and a mother, and it's just been absolutely fantastic 7.5 years. I've made some wonderful friends, had some wonderful jobs, and really had a wonderful life over the past 7.5 years. So good, I'd recommend it to anybody.